Well, that was almost hilarious. um, that's probably the most frustrating thing about being a Panthers fan is how bad we've been for so long. But at the end of the day, we are an NFL team, which means we have NFL talent. I mean, only the best of the best get to play in this league, so there's just no excuse for us always having such a bad record. Today we played Kansas City, the Chiefs, the two-time defending Super Bowl champions. They've won 3 of the last 5, I believe. And we took them to the limit. I mean, we were down 27-16 heading into the fourth quarter. Got a field goal, then with about a minute and a half left, got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it up. And then, of course, we gave up a drive to score a touchdown. That's Kansas City. I mean, they're the team right now. I mean, they've got it all together. They can pretty much turn it on and off whenever they want. Looks like this season they're kind of coasting a lot and then just kind of turning it on when they need to. Like today, they've had a lot of games this year that they've won that, they barely won. They basically won at the last second, and you could say, well, they're not doing so good. They're needing all this time. But I think they're just kind of pacing themselves with the regular season, just trying to make sure they got it for the playoffs. And that's the sense I get from them. Like I said, with the Panthers, it's hard to see just how bad we are record-wise when we can do stuff like this. I mean, look, I'm sure they probably didn't take us very seriously. I'm sure they probably didn't, have very much of a... They probably weren't thinking we were going to give any kind of fight. But at the same time, I mean, you just got to be better. And you got to play up to your talent level. And that just shows you how dysfunctional our organization is. And it's very dysfunctional. And I just don't know why we are constantly so bad. And why we just managed to lose every game. We beat the Giants. They're a very, very bad team with a lot of stuff going on. They just released their quarterback after paying him a crazy amount of money. So they're a very dysfunctional franchise. Our other win this season came against the Las Vegas Raiders, who have a lot of dysfunction, a lot of issues going on right now. So we can beat them, but we have a lot going on too. We don't still know who our quarterback is. Bryce Young's still not the answer. I mean, he has some really good moments today, but like I said, I think against a team that's going to try, I don't see us really getting any wins. So I might get 3 or 4 wins this year. But like I said, Kansas City, I don't think they're really. I think they're just really, really pacing themselves now to try to get to the playoffs. They got a good record, trying to get that number 1 seed and try to get that first Super Bowl three-peat. The first team to Super Bowl. To three-peat in the Super Bowl era. The last NFL team to three-peat was the Green Bay Packers, and their the final 2 of their three-peat was the first 2 years of the Super Bowl era. So technically they didn't three-peat in the Super Bowl era, but I mean they would have if the Super Bowl would have started a year earlier. But I don't know. I just don't get it. Hopefully we can figure this out. Hopefully we can, realize we have NFL level talent and get a decent organization around, but I think I remember who our owner is. Our owner is David Tepper, and with him, we're just not going to do anything. So hopefully he'll sell at some point. Elon Musk, you out there? You want to buy a NFL team? You want to take a team that has very, very little history and buy it and maybe turn it into something? Also, you see where Cam Newton was mad because we beat the Giants in Germany, and we took a lot of Panthers alum there, like Steve Smith, who's the most awesome Panther ever. I think Greg Olson we took, and I think we took Luke Kuechly. I can't remember the names, but Cam was like, I think they're trying to erase my legacy. You didn't dive on the ball, Cam. I don't care. I don't care how many MVPs you won. I don't care how many 15-1 seasons you won, which is 1 of each. But you took us to the promised land. We were there. We were down by 6 points. You fumbled. The reason we were down by 6 points, we were down 16-10. 7 of those points came from a fumble by Cam that was recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. Peyton Manning was, I would say, on his last legs. He was on no legs. And, he basically led them to 2 field goals. They got a 3rd field goal on a crazy punt return that got them in field goal range, where I guess they thought looked like the Panthers thought he called fair catch and wound up running the field goal range, couldn't do anything. They got a 3rd field goal for 9 points. They got the 7 points from Cam's fumble early in the game. Then late in the game, he fumbled, and he had a chance to dive on the ball, or at least dive and try to compete for the ball, and he wouldn't do it. And afterwards, he said, "I didn't want to hurt myself," and it didn't have an effect on the outcome of the game. That's the moments that you're supposed to live for if you're going to be great. And to just not even try, not even dive on the ball, no, your reputation with us is dead forever. That's all there is to it. So whine all you want. I don't care how sorry we are. I don't care how much of a hero we might be looking for. I'd take Jake Delhomme over you any day of the week, because at least he tried. And at least in Super Bowl 38, when we lost with him, he died on his sword, and so did the whole team. And you didn't. You took the easy way out. You took the cheap way out. Things got hard. You scrambled in the biggest game of the big show, the big game. So I don't want to hear it. Shut up, Cam, and please stop saying you're part of the Panthers. It's honestly it's not something we're proud of. We're not proud of you. So yeah, shut up.